Yo, hey dudes, this is Jonas here, and today yeah, with a little story time about my Xiaomi Mi 11 and how is it been doing since I got it in, yeah, 1 year after its release, like in 2022, probably around end of 2022, 21. Not even sure anymore, but it's around a year. Well, when I first got that, I came from a weird broken S10, Galaxy S10 with a broken battery. It sucked pretty well. It was good at sucking battery at like 4 hours. Listen to music, a little bit of cool maps, and it was done. Um, got this one then, and it was awesome and cool for a while. The camera did actually, and all the overheating and stuff, that was certainly true. Um, so that you can see it's a Mi 11 a little bit better. Took the case off. Sorry that the setup is not the most best, but that's the best I can do so far. Um, the Mi 11, well, Snapdragon 888, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 quad curve 2K screen. As you might notice, it's running a different software than usual. It doesn't run MIUI. It does run, yeah, SparkOS, which is an AOSP ROM. Thankfully, the camera is more or less an exact representation of, like exact clone of what the Mi 11 or comes with our stock. It's crazy fast, and it has been. It's the fastest that I ever saw because of Google, and stock Android is always faster than any uh, modded UI, even though it's a little bit, I did it as good as I can and as different and unique as you could with this. Um, but it's not about SparkOS. It's about the phone itself, which might not be saying much to you, but to me it drives me absolutely nuts. It seems like this phone has an hardware issue, not in the sense of it has a hardware issue like it doesn't start or whatever, but there seems to be a disconnect between camera and processor. RAM seems to be, so there might be some bad chip in there, because it doesn't keep apps open, no matter what. You can see YouTube is open there. I had a video going there, which I always do, because when I lay down in bed, I just click one button and it plays to get a little bit better into sleep than without it. All right, and it's closing the. It wasn't different than with MIUI, let's say. MIUI had that same issue where after a while it closed it. That Samsung phone right here that records this, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, even to this day, it never closes apps, never reloads them. Okay, might be down to the 12 gigs of RAM, better integrated cam, less bugs, and that amazes me because around at the end of MIUI 12, MIUI 12, I don't know, 12 dot something. I'm not even sure. MIUI, what was it? MIUI 12.8 or something around that time, and that one was at the peak of its performance, battery, and yeah, how hot the chip gets, because this phone is among the hottest still. Not really actually though, but the cooling, it acts like the phone becomes to an entire heat sink. But what my issue now is that the pain I'm facing with it is it's so much more of an experiment than a phone you could use. Maybe it's down to me, but that I got a broken unit, even though I bought it new for 550. It was, nah, it has been good for a while. The first couple MIUI 13 were kind of good too. No bugs, no glitches. The camera were insanely better than before. Everything got better and better. And then, wham, it fell down. And it seems like and no matter what you do going around MIUI, installing a custom ROM, this motherfucker makes my day horrible. It's constantly closing apps, and with this ROM, after a while you took pictures and shit. It took longer with it. It restarts YouTube. Um, and I've got WhatsApp here. Well, it didn't. If I had done a video for 10 seconds, it closes every other app, despite of the 12 gigs of RAM in this shit. Okay, now I got that. I was a Samsung guy for most of my life. I had different phones, even Arcos, or what that shit called. It was, pretty awful. ZTE, or CTE, however you want to call it, Huawei and stuff. It never was like, Samsung is the best. But that's what I normally did go for. But I still was open to other phones. Now, the problem with that, Xiaomi was a killer. I got the Mi Note 10 Lite, and it was blown away how much you can fit into a phone for $250. Nowadays, with the Mi 11, it seems like that's my worst one. Huh? It's the most expensive one that I got yet. The best that I got yet, like the fastest 2K AMOLED, 120 hertz. I mean, come on. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Okay, 144 hertz, but that's like trivial. Not substantially, let's say. No matter what you're gonna pay, even if you pay $2,000 for a phone, no, forget it. It doesn't matter. The Note 10 Plus has been stable also with the last, and even with a beta fucking software like the ported One UI 6.0 Android 14, sorry, still works better than this crap. Even with a final version. SparkOS isn't bad really, but I find it to be bad in a way that it doesn't make sense. Where I would really think that this is to do with the phone rather than anything else, which sucks. Which sucks especially because this phone is more than usable for most things, and people don't get it. Well, let's play that for a while. Let's see. I like this phone. It's responsive and all that. It has performance for years. But the problem is the hardware integration, not with software in particular, but they just cut too many corners. The camera is way off for what it's awesome. It's a nice camera. I don't blame it on the sensor being less capable than others, which it is, but far less than people might think. Especially if you compare it to new phones, you're like, wow, that's not dramatically better. I barely notice any difference. Yeah, that's why. But the 888 could do more. And the camera is so utterly mid-range that it doesn't make sense with the processor. And not only that, the battery is just too small for an 888. It's 4600 milliamps. And also it lost like 25-30% of its capacity. Probably only have like 3500 milliamps left in this thing by reading it out from AIDA64. If you see, let's go to battery. Let's see, it's 99%. What's the charge counter? You can see 3600 milliamps. What? 3600? Are you kidding me? Shitting me even? It's like, I have to see what I got to do, and probably will. The next one would definitely not be a Xiaomi, probably a Realme, Oppo, Vivo, I don't know, but also a Fold, because I'm tired of these phones anyways. Needs to be some new shit that makes more sense, that is actually different, even though that's quite a bit different from Galaxy S10, but tell me, yeah, your thoughts in the comments below. I love this speaker. I still kind of like this design and all that. It's all perfect. It's all awesome. But the internals make me crazy of this thing. Make me absolutely crazy. I don't fuck this phone so hard that it gets so hot, but it seems like it's a problem. But that's for it today, guys. Sound off in the comments below what you guys think and what are your experiences with that phone is. Maybe you have another phone that's acting weird as well, made by Xiaomi. Yeah. And shout out to the 10 minutes of recording of 4K 30 on the Note 10 Plus, even to this day, and better battery and software. Which you can't do with this because this shit gets too hot after like 5 minutes. Fuck it. Peace out, you're Shappy.